get started with animal training, the first thing that we want to do is teach our animal how to be clicker trained. So we're going to start with clicker training. So most of my animals here have already been clicker trained, but I'm going to show you what it looks like right now. So hang on just one moment, please. While I'm getting my animal, I want you to get some treats and some snacks like I have over here on the counter so that you can follow along with me. Okay, so when we first start clicker training, the first thing is we're just going to make the noise. And that's how we're going to do. And we're just going to do it again. I'm going to have a treat. So I'm going to walk over here a little bit, see if he comes over. Because I do have snacks in my hand, he might want those. And so what I'm going to do is click him. So clicking, all it means is good job. It means thank you for doing what I want. That's all you're doing with clicking. So it's not a command. It's not a, I'm asking you to do this thing. It's not asking them to do anything. It's just a communication. So it's like having a yes and no computer system. The click is just very clearly yes, yes, that's all it means. So having clear communication like that is a great tool to have when you're doing training. So notice he was wandering around a little bit, but now he's coming over to see. I'm gonna give him the food for free. For free means I didn't ask him to do anything for it, right? Because we're loading the software, right? We're just getting started. You wanna know how to do clicker training, and this is where you start. You wait until your animal is like excited when they hear the click, right? When they're like following you around. Like if you click in the middle of the afternoon or in the evening or something like that, and all of a sudden they're like, oh wait, what's that about? Then you know you've installed the software, and then you're on to the next step, which will be target training. But first, let's do clicker training. It takes a while to do this. It might take a week, it might take a day. It depends on if you're doing a puppy or if you're doing a rescue dog, like this COVID puppy here. So every animal is gonna be in a different place. And so all I want you to do is start with doing some basic clicker training, which just means give them treats at the same time as you make the click until they start to make the association. And so that's all you're gonna do. You're gonna do that for about 1 or 2 minutes, once, twice, maybe 3 times a day, whatever works for you. And that's all you're gonna do for right now. And so before you get started with that, let's switch over to doing something, good boy, that's good for us. So notice I'm bending over a lot and I'm squatting a lot. So keep in mind that when you are taking care of animals, animals are a lot of work, right? They're not for the faint of heart. Whether you are moving in a big bird cage or a big reptile cage or something like that, like we have my friend Kiwi and Treasure right over here on the counter. And so there's a lot of work that's involved, a lot of bending and sometimes a lot of lifting if it's a big animal that needs like help getting up into the vehicle or something like that. So it's really good for our physical fitness if we take care of ourselves, because it's really hard to take great care of animals if we're not taking great care of ourselves. We can do a much better job of taking care of these animals if we're taking care of ourselves. So I'm going to take a break from that, and then we are going to move over to the next thing, which is let's all work together to practice a little bit of body care right now. So all I want you to do is with your animal around you, so if they want to be around you, that's great. This is yoga with doggies right now is what we have. All I want you to do is keep your back nice and flat and kind of stretch forward a little bit like this. That's all I want you to do. You are definitely welcome to keep your hands on your lower back if you can do that. You can stretch for the ground, but the most important thing is for your knee health, keep your knees bent a little bit, and for your back health, make sure you have a nice flat back. You should be feeling it in the back of your legs a little bit. You might be feeling it in your ankles, and I just want you to stay here for just a moment. Then come up, take a deep breath. Perfect. So now be thankful to yourself for showing yourself a little self-love by doing a little stretch, taking a deep breath. do one more thing for me, and that is I want you to look at this animal right here and tell that animal in front of you why you're grateful that they're in your life. So let's see. I'm just gonna do that right now. I'm gonna say to little Mochi, I'm grateful that you're in my life because you try very, very hard to be a very good boy, and you are a very good boy, even though sometimes it's hard for you, but you do it anyway, and I really appreciate that about you, Mochi boy. So I want you to do that at home. So take just a couple of minutes to do a little bit of training, whether that's starting with clicker training, or maybe your animal's already more advanced and can do all kinds of tricks, and definitely take a minute to do that. Then take a minute to brush their teeth, and then take a minute to stretch, and then just take a deep breath and tell your animal why you're grateful that they are in your life. And I'm grateful that you're in my life and that you're here and that we get to be on this magical journey together with Mochi and Kiwi and Treasure, and we are gonna just get it all figured out and have the most magical relationship with all the animals in our lives that we ever dreamed possible. So let's start this transformation right now. Follow along, and I'll see you in the next video.